Hello everyone, my name is Alyan and today I am here again with another special guest, Mr. Ori Bengal. Okay, sir. So, hello, Mr. Ori Bengal. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Amazing, wonderful, sir. Okay, so first of all, I am very thankful to you for giving me your precious and valuable time for the interview. Okay, so before moving on a question, can you please introduce yourself?
My name's Ori Bengal. I'm online as The Art of Ori, and TheArtofOri.com is my website. I've been creating a new work of art every single day since April of 2012. So it's about 12 years now, and over 4,000 works of art, and have a pretty fun and crazy kind of life. So, you know.
That's great, awesome, sir. Okay, so my first question in your screen, can you tell us about your journey as an adventure and artist and how you were started in this unique competition and passion?
Well, as far as how I got started, it was just what I was doing. Like I didn't even realize I was an artist. I just kept wanting to buy art books, and that's like what I wanted to do when I wasn't doing anything. And it wasn't until 2001 when someone told me I should do an art show, and I tried doing an art show. I found one. It wasn't even a real art show. No one bought anything. So I figured I'm not an artist, and I stopped making art for 10 years. On the adventure front, I've just always liked doing stupid stuff, jump off of buildings, jump off of bridges, jump out of planes, played bull poker. And while I was in those 10 years of not making art, um, I gave away my stuff, and I didn't have a house, and I just went in my car for 6 years, just staying with people and figuring out where I wanted to go next. And it was one heck of an adventure. Just different cities and every day. Met a bunch of awesome people. It was a lot of fun. So I still like doing stuff. I still like, and so the combination of the two is that's just what I'm wired for. That's who I am. I don't think I can do anything otherwise. So even if I go to a conference and I try not to do anything stupid, something will still happen. That's just kind of my luck. So I just expect it now, and it's a lot of fun.
Great, great, awesome, sir, wonderful. Okay, so what inspired you to create art that moves the soul and imagination?
I really like that question. I don't know. I'm really obsessed with storytelling. Um, Everyone's got their story, right? You're doing this, right? I know if we have more time, I'd ask you, why are you doing this, and why is this important to you, and what are you most proud of? Who you've interviewed, and what kind of change? I actually know what you want is to empower the world to be really great on Fiverr and all that stuff. So I could do a painting of you that tells your story, and that would be you, I don't know, whether it's driving a Lamborghini, throwing out like Fiverr training CDs to a bunch of people that are just like, oh, thank you, whatever that looks like for each person. So like this picture behind me, hold on, camera's moving, this magician riding a llama wearing sunglasses with cards, and he's got the tortillas. That's his story. That's like literally he's got a ventriloquist dummy that's a llama. But the reason I do that, I, when I got started, I just wanted to make really cool pictures, and I still do. I still enjoy that very much. But I like people, and when I make a painting for someone or a sculpture or anything, I want them to really love it. And the way that someone loves it, I can get you a picture of a dog, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. That's a nice picture." But if I got you a picture of your dog, that's different, right? And so I create art that tells people's individual stories, and it's got a lot of stuff. And that's what people like about it, is that if you look at the picture, one person looks at it and go, "Oh, that's a cool picture." But if it's someone that actually knows the person that's in the picture, they're gonna be like, "Oh, wow," because you understand all the different things that are in it and why they're important to that person. So it tells, it's two different image. It's the same image, but it communicates two different messages. No, you went away for a second. Oh, there you are. All right.
Okay, great, sir. Very nice. Okay, so how would you describe your artistic style and what themes or elements are prominent in your work?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm weird. I don't have an exact style. I do whatever is needed. Partially because I'm always trying to get better. I'm working on two paintings at once right now, that are both due today. One of them looks like oil paintings and is more traditional, and the other one, it's a science fiction one with robots and flying cars and spaceships in the background. Two completely different styles. I've always liked sci-fi and fantasy, so I really like stuff like what's in the background here. The guy riding the llama. I like dramatic, dynamic images, so I like robots and explosions and dragons and stuff like that. I also do a lot of naked people, a lot of just, like a fruit basket, a lot of geometrical, psychedelic stuff. It's always different. I get bored easily, so keeping things different keeps me from being bored, and it keeps it interesting for my fans that follow my work.
Awesome, wonderful. Okay, so can you share a particular piece of art that holds special significance to you and explain the story behind it?
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to do like a screen share, or do you just describe it, or does this have? Okay, here. Let me see this button here. Slides, video file, share screen. Um, two monitors. Sorry. Okay, 1 second. Uh, Give me 2 seconds. I'll have I'll have a piece ready for you in half a sec. Sorry about that. My art. All right, here we go. Size. Thousands of pictures, but here I got just a picture. Okay, found it. Sec. All right, here we go. So share screen and window. This one. All right. Is it showing you the picture? Can you see the? Is it showing you the picture of me with Alice Cooper on stage? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, can you repeat?
Uh, yeah. So the picture that's on the stage right now, that's me. That's Alice Cooper. So he's world famous rock star, probably before your time. But and this is the painting I made of him, and that was the first painting that I sold for $10,000, and it was for a really good cause. So it kind of changed my view on what I want to do with my art, rather than just making cool images. I wanted to do stuff that actually makes an impact. So I've never been able to donate $10,000 to a charity before that, and so it was really fun, being able to do that with a work of art. And so if it shows the picture, then cool. If it doesn't, well, I'll just send it to you on Messenger, and you can add it later, I guess. So, all right, next question.
Okay, sir. So, what is your creative process like? How do you go from an idea to finish a piece of art?
That's a good question. I don't have an exact process. Like I said, I'm always changing everything. Over the years, even though I stopped, for 10 years drawing and painting and sculpting, I was still doing creative stuff. I was doing photography and videography and 3D animation and motion graphics. I've always been using Photoshop, and just anything that you put in front of me, I'll put it to good use. So um, if I have, sometimes I'll just start drawing. It doesn't need to be anything in particular. These days, I have a lot of client work, so I'll have a conversation with someone. I'll ask them what's important to them, and if they want it to be funny or serious. I try to get a feel for who they are, and these days, I use a lot of AI, so that really helps make the concepts a lot faster. So I can show you, like a dozen ideas. I'll play with the words. Um, I'll give you a couple ideas, and when I feel that I got one that really communicates what's important to you, I'll show it to you. If you like it, then I just go in and refine it. It's kind of like with clay. You start with just a big blob, and you're just doing the general shape of a head. So a head is not a head; it's the shape of an egg, right? And then you add the nose. You're not trying to make the nostrils, and you're not trying to make the lips yet. For the lips, you're just cutting out like a little lemon shape, and then you cut the middle line, and then you go in and just add all the little detail. And it's the same thing here, with that magician behind me, for example. I start out just trying to figure out, how do I want the llama standing, what's the pose, and what's he going to be wearing, where do I want the fireworks going. And I just try different things until it just feels like that's the way it's supposed to be.
Wonderful. Okay, sir. So, are there any artists or adventurers who have had a significant influence on your work and life?
Um, you know, I would say there's probably a ton of them that I couldn't even tell you their names, because I look on Instagram and Pinterest and Facebook, and people are like, "Oh my God, check out this guy's work." But there's um there's definitely one that was a big influence. His name is Boris Vallejo, and my buddy Joe introduced me to him. He had like a book or a calendar by that guy back when I was in seventh grade. So that's like 1989 or something like that. So a long time ago. When I saw that guy's work, and I was like, that's what I want to do. And in fact, if you look at that image, I would say that anyone that knows Boris's work would probably tell you that that's got a lot of Boris's influence. Like to this day, I'm still trying to do work that's as good as his. I'd like to think that I've gotten close now, finally, after all these years, but that guy's really good.
Okay, sir, great. Okay, so Sabur Safar want to visit your page, so
Oh
your
yeah.
artwork.
So the my website is the art of Ori, TheArtofOri.com is my website, and Facebook.com/the art of Ori, or Instagram / the art of Ori. And the one that I actually post to though the most is Facebook.com/Ori, Ori dot Bengal, Bengal, because that's where I post not just my art, but when I travel and do weird, stupid stuff. All the Art of Ori pages really just get the art. My personal page gets, all the crazy stuff that I do, and a lot of stupid jokes too.
Thank you so much. Amazing. Okay, sir. So your tagline is the art of Ori. What does this name signify, and what do you hope people experience when they encounter your art?
Well, my name is Ori, and I make art, so it's my art, the art of Ori. That's what it signifies, but it's definitely come to stand for more than that. I hope that when people think of my name and they look at my art, my slogan is my minimum standard is jaw dropping. Usually, when people look at my stuff now, they'll cry or they'll just go, "Wow!" I like to go for mind blowing stuff, um, and but so I know I've had a lot of people that follow me now for I've been doing art every single day for over 10 years. I think I'm on my 12th year now, and so there's a lot of people that look at it as inspiration to keep following your passion, to keep doing the thing that you like, to figure out ways to keep doing that thing, even if it's not, going easy and stuff. And if you stick with it long enough, then you can succeed, whether it's Fiverr or making art on Fiverr.
Can you repeat your last line, please?
My last name, Bengal.
No, I said, can you repeat your last line of answer?
Oh, I'm sorry. I misheard you. Yeah, I say I hope that when people think of my name, I know I've got a lot of people that have been following my journey for over 10 years now. And so to them, I know it represents hope and inspiration to keep doing the thing that you like no matter what, and no matter if it's easy or not. Like, you just keep doing at it, and eventually you'll make it. And that's why that Alice Cooper painting was important, because that was like a big step, and that principle applies whether you're making art or doing things on Fiverr. Stick with it, and eventually you'll get to where you want to go.
Exactly. Okay, sir. So, can you describe a memorable adventure or journey that had a profound impact on your art?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mentioned earlier that I stopped making art in 2001 because someone told me to do an art show, and I found one, and the weather sucked, so nobody showed up, and I didn't sell anything. So I figured, well, Didn't sell anything. I must not be an artist. So I stopped making art. I stopped going to galleries. And then when I gave away my stuff and just went on the road just in my car and I traveled around, my buddy invited me to come out to Hawaii, and it was very beautiful. We did a little surfing, we did a lot of beach stuff. It was just, but there's an area there called Lahaina. It actually just burnt down in a fire like a month ago, which was very sad for everyone on the island. It's got a lot of history, but it was there on my adventure, like my 6 years of just couch surfing and traveling around like that, that my buddy took me to a gallery in Lahaina. And it was that point when I realized, like, oh my God, that's art is my thing. I've always wanted to do it. I've always done it before I even like called myself an artist. I was just doing it anyways. And I stopped doing it just because I tried something once in an art show and it didn't go the way I expected. Oh no. And I stopped for 10 years. And because of that, because I realized that, that's what got me to start doing my daily art. And because I was doing my daily art for over 10 years, I'm a much better artist than I ever would have been if I didn't stop making art for 10 years. But then I was just doing it here and there. When I was doing it every single day and posting it online every single day, um, yeah, it kind of forces you to get better. So that had a huge impact on my art. I wouldn't even have an art career if I didn't go travel and go on that crazy adventure.
Wonderful, sir. Okay, so my last question in your screen: what are your long-term goals and as inspiration in both your adventure pursuit and your art?
Um, I'm actually starting a podcast very soon. I was literally doing the work on making the logos, the graphics, and the website yesterday and today, and it's called Creating Serendipity. Serendipity is that weird luck when just things just happen and you're like, wow, I can't believe that happened. What luck? And that happens to me all the time. I'm a very lucky person, and I've gotten to meet some amazing people. And using the podcast, the reason I'm having it is I've got a lot of lessons to teach. Like I said, I've had a really weird life. I've learned a lot of really cool stuff that seems to be able to help a lot of people. And I also have um, a model that I came up with for raising a lot of money for charities using my art. And the podcast kind of ties into that. And I just met some people that I think can really help move that along. But the long term goal, yeah, I want to leverage my art to do some good in the world. Like, it's cool making pretty pictures. It's cool making people cry and be happy and have something that's really special for them. But I want to go bigger. I want to help, like, yeah, whether it's fighting sex trafficking or, rebuilding areas that got destroyed by war. You can do that with money. And, if you're got a large reach, then you can do that if your medium happens to be art. So I have a very, very specific plan on how to do that. Check back with me next year. I'll probably be a lot further along on that process.
That's great, awesome. So I am again very thankful to you for giving me your precious and valuable time. I hope everybody learned something new with your knowledge and with your experience. Thank you so much, sir.